It's Week 8 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see Stephon Diggs. He was terrific last week, racking up the receiving yards and reaching the end zone. It's the Bills and the Bucs on Thursday night primetime.
Well, there is a brand new stadium starting to take shape just across the way, but for now, the action is here at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo, New York. And tonight we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start. But I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Well, here come the Bills for their first possession, led out by their 27-year-old quarterback in year 6. It's Josh Allen.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Allen going to go to the air right away. Flushed out right. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
Defensive talk 101. Don't let the quarterback out of the pocket, because when that happens, yeah, you may shrink the field with your defense, but it's so easy to lose someone on the backside. And he finds him and picks up a big gain.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. To the air, Allen. Right back to Davis. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. Pretty good, as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. It's his 8th rushing touchdown on the campaign and 10th overall. And the Bills will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So here are the Buccaneers ready to go on offense with a new man at the helm here for 2023 in his 6th season now in the NFL, Baker Mayfield.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Throwing, Mayfield. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 36. Mayfield looks to throw. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Mayfield to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he comes back with one complete. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw, Mayfield. And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Gabe Davis and the offense getting the football back here. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, the good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing. Change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. And got his man complete. And all the way home for the Bills touchdown. Trent Sherfield, 68 yards. And the Bills have taken the lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Well, Rashad White and the rest of this Tampa Bay offense going back to work now. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Terrell Bernard getting in there to drop him for a sack. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. On second down, they'll run with White, and he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Mayfield. This is White on the screen. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. Deontay Hardy back deep. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 30. Now a hit and a loose football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. First down, Mayfield. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 41. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Here's Allen to throw it. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. We have an injury on the play, and it looks like the running back, James Cook, is the one who's down. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Throwing on first down is Allen. Eluding the press. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joe Tryon Shoyinka showcasing the pass rush. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Allen. And that is caught. It's Davis. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 12-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
To throw, it's Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Throwing is Allen on third. Escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to fourth down. So on fourth down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Bass is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Mayfield now. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, force the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. And a catch right side by Evans. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
At the 40-yard line.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. And again, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat. Brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs, 28 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw taken in by Evans here. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other, because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here's Jake Camarda now. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Now Allen, and it's knocked away and incomplete.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins, as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And finally, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the LA Chargers. The Bills got a terrific first half from the man on the cover, quarterback Josh Allen. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. Final adjustments being made for the second half. So with that, we get you back up to Orchard Park and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Mayfield. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. We're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Allen sliding out of the pocket. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Levante David. And the Bucs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to... And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Jair Elam makes a pick, and he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
But it's caught. Tompkins. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
The goal of the wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Mayfield off the play fake. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. So here are the Bills to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And it's caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Allen. They shakes him, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. On second down, here's Allen. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 70. And the Bills are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Here's Bass now to send it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Bucs ready to take over once again. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Play fake. Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Terrell Bernard able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, I wish his staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I get the backups in there and go with me.
The Bucs trying on 4th down to come up empty. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Rolling to his right. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Bills add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So out come the Bucs now. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Mayfield. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, Hardy. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Levante David in on the tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big fourth quarter lead. There's another completion for big yardage.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here's Allen to throw it. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with a football. The Bills drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
To throw, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here's Hardy set to return.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
72 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Flush to his right. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. Well, business as usual for them, well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second.